Andrew Jackson lived a very hard life, including having to go through his family passing away by the time he was 14 years old. Jackson was born into violence in South Carolina in 1767 during the Revolutionary War. This probably had a negative effect throughout his life. Jackson never knew his father, as he passed away before Jackson was born. Both of Jackson's brothers passed away, the first from smallpox and the second brother from fighting in the war. Jackson's mother contracted cholera from many sick soldiers and would pass away while Andrew was only 14 years old, leaving him as an orphan. Throughout his life, Jackson used anger and confrontation as tools whenever he was in any problems. He was in many fights thinking it would help cement his place in the social structure. A few years after his family's death, Jackson decided to study law in Nashville, Tennessee. While in Nashville, Jackson meets and falls in love with a girl named Rachel. Rachel and Jackson would go on to marry each other, even though Rachel did not fully divorce her previous abusive husband. After a few years of studying law, Jackson becomes the Major General of Tennessee State Militia during the War of 1812. During this war, Jackson wins a series of battles against the Creek Indians, which was a Native American group of people in the South. Jackson also won the Battle of New Orleans against the British. As a result of these victories, Jackson becomes a national hero. Andrew Jackson would go on to become the President of the United States. He was seen to be the first president elected under the power of the people. While in presidency, Jackson was responsible for the Indian Removal Act, which was a large-scale relocation and segregation of Native Americans in the South. In Jackson's eyes, this was a solution to the problems created from the whites and the Native Americans over property and land. Most of the now freed-up land would be used as slave plantations. Jackson was also responsible for shutting down the Second National Bank in 1833. This was the country's main bank. The bank had been run by a group of people who were biased toward the urban and industrial northern states. Jackson, who was obviously biased against these northern states, didn't like how the bank was ran, so he shut it down. Jackson served 2 terms as the President of the United States from 1829 to 1837. Jackson passed away on June 8, 1845 at 78 years old from tuberculosis and heart failure. Many of Jackson's decisions while in office are still highly controversial today.